The Rybczynski theorem is associated with the growth of capital and growth of labor on capital intensive industries and labor intensive industries. So here we discuss what impact will make the growth of only labor on capital intensive industries and the growth of only capital on labor intensive industries. So as per the Rybczynski theorem, when the growth of factor is happening only in labor, the labor intensive industries will only prosper and the capital intensive industries will fall as per the theorem. Similarly, whenever the increase in growth factor growth is in favor of labor, that means a labor force has increased, capital stock has not at all increased, that then the labor intensive industries, only labor intensive industries will grow. At the same time, capital intensive industries will fall. Similarly, when the growth of factors is in favor of capital only, that means capital stock has increased, capital stock has multiplied, labor force has not at all increased, then capital intensive industries will only capital intensive industries will be benefited. Then that means the capital intensive industries only will grow and the labor intensive industries will fall at the same time. This is the Rybczynski theorem. That means increase in only one factor, then the industry uses that factor will grow and other industries will fall. So whenever the factor growth is in favor of labor, labor stock has increased, capital stock has not at all increased. There is 0% increase in capital stock. Then the industries using more labor will increase and the industries uses more capital stock than labor will fall. This is the Rybczynski theorem. Here it is assumed constant price for both capital intensive industries and labor intensive industries. It means the factor prices will not grow, will not fall whenever there is change in growth of factors. So more clearly, if endowment of some resources increases, the concerned industry will be benefited. For example, in India, if only labor increases without any change in capital, then textile industry will surely be benefited, as textile is supposed to be a labor intensive industry. At the same time, the capital intensive industry like the aircraft engine manufacturing or aircraft industry will benefit from the growth of capital only without any change in labor. The theorem was developed by Tadeusz Rybczynski in 1955. This is applied when there is full employment of factors, capital and laborers are fully employed. No factor is remaining unemployed. That means whenever there is an increase in labor force, complete labor force will be employed either in both in capital intensive industries and labor intensive industries. More laborers will be surely employed in labor intensive industry. When factor growth is in favor of capital, then capital intensive industry will employ more of capital and labor intensive industry will employ less capital. The trade will happen, the open trade will happen, so that open trade leads to change in relative factor endowments between the nation. Consider the case of growth of only labor without any change in capital, then the labor intensive industries will be benefited, labor intensive commodities will be increased more than proportionately, The concerned industries or the labor intensive industries will grow. The capital intensive industry at the same time will fall as per the Rybczynski theorem. It will be reflected by the production possibility frontier. It will be expanded in favor of labor intensive commodity. So here the labor abundant nations can gain from trade. It causes for the fall of capital intensive industries as well, as complete as the whole of labor and capital will be employed. It is assumed full employment here. No factor will remain unemployed. So since all factors are employed in both industries, capital intensive industries will face the shortage of capital, as laborers are abundantly available, but capital stock is not increasing. It is remaining constant. Here we explain only the growth of labor, so the capital intensive industries will suffer. Similar is the case for growth of capital only without any change in labor. Then capital intensive industries will benefit. Capital intensive commodities will increase more than proportionately. Then the production possibility frontier of the nation will expand in favor of capital intensive commodity. Then the capital abundant nations can gain from trade. It causes for the fall in labor intensive industries, as the labor intensive industries will face the shortage of labor. Capital is available, capital stock is employed, but laborers are not, labor stock is not increasing. Then the labor intensive industries will suffer, capital intensive industries will gain. This is reflected by this diagram, as suppose X is a labor intensive commodity, Y is a capital intensive commodity. Here we experience only the growth of labor. There is no change in capital stock. Labor force has increased. Labor force has doubled, multiplied without any change in capital. So labor intensive industry will benefit. Labor intensive commodity of X has increased, maximized from 130 to 270. 130 to 270. This is a maximization of commodity X when there is increase in growth, increase in labor without any change in capital. So before this growth happen, 70 to 130 is the production possibility frontier range. 70 is the amount of commodity Y that a nation can produce if that nation focuses completely on the capital intensive commodity of Y. Then 130 is the maximum amount of commodity X that a nation can produce if that nation completely focus on commodity X. If since the growth of factories in favor of labor without any change in capital, the capital intensive commodity maximized to 130 to 270. This is the maximization of growth, or the labor intensive industry benefited, that it increased from 130 to 270. At the same time, capital intensive industry just increased from 70 to 80. This is due to the impact of labor increase in labor force. So briefly, if the growth of factories on only on labor intensive industries will gain, capital intensive industries will suffer. If the growth of factories is on capital only, then capital intensive industries will be benefited, capital intensive commodities will be produced more, and labor intensive industries will suffer. Thank you.